Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Vaipo. We're going to be continuing on with game number 2 between our Zerg player Shura and his opponent, the Terran player DeMusliM. Now, these guys are at it for the second game now. If you haven't seen the previous game, you've already missed your chance. In the previous mission, we had DeMusliM absolutely outplaying Shura and basically denying any sort of bases and also expansions. Very, very good play. A lot of Medevac Marine Marauder play, which was pretty damn interesting, and it did result with one nice big push with a bunch of Marines and Marauders. Now in this game we're going to see if there's going to be anything significant going on, anything out of the ordinary. One barracks going down in the block, no cheese going on like in the last game. If you remember, there was double barracks proxy, which unfortunately got found pretty quick, so Shura did defend it quite early, but DeMusliM did pull off the consistent flow of Reapers just to basically prevent himself from, over committing and essentially forcing himself to GG out of the game due to lack of an economy. The hatchery coming down here, of course, before the spawning pool. I really didn't expect DeMusliM to do this 2 games in a row, because that would be quite unorthodox to just cheese all the way through the best of 3 or best of 5 or even the 7 if it's the final. This Overlord already halfway up to the Terran base, nothing special there. See what's going on here. A base now coming down for the Terran player, so he's going to be expanding pretty early. Something you do see from Terrans quite often is not expanding for a very long time, but that of course involves a lot of early pushes and basically trying to force a bunch of damage onto the Zerg or Protoss player in some other cases, and essentially forcing him to GG out. Now, as per usual, the Reaper is coming out now, probably just going to try to scout out and do a little bit of harassment with it. Yeah, so this one is probably going to be used just for scouting, since there is a Marine on the way after it. There we go, we do have the Zerglings coming out. The purpose of the first few Zerglings is not really for damage purposes, it's more of a, I will defend against Reapers, I will also be able to, possibly go out and scout, not so much against Terrans since they do have the block, but he will be able to pretty much force the Reaper back just for a while. One Zergling getting taken out, that's definitely a nice trade for the Reaper at this point, having 2 kills for 1. That is definitely interesting as well. Just cancelling the egg there. Was that an egg? It wasn't an egg. Didn't actually notice. Right. Let's go back to here. This base is about half saturated at this point. Does have its own queen already, so that's pretty great. 2 queens on the field. There is metabolic boost coming a lot earlier from Shura in this game. In the last game, if you noticed, I do believe that he had the Ultralisk Cavern before he brought up the metabolic boost, which obviously the whole purpose of that was to defend against the early rush that the DeMusliM was pulling off, and he essentially just forced himself to forced out a bunch of roaches. Now this is definitely not a great position for the queen. I suppose it just wants to be here to defend the drone when it comes out. And this Reaper is going to be trying to deny this, but I don't quite know how much success he's going to have with that. Metabolic boost is now up, so at this point, if the Reaper does get a little bit too close to these Zerglings, they're going to catch up and kill him. So there we go. That's a quick take out there. Ooh, 2 Hellions on the way here. I better bring up the production tab before I miss too many things. We do have Medevac coming up, potentially going to start with the drop play again. Hellions here chasing it. Out of curiosity, I assume Zerglings are a little bit faster, so 6.58 versus 5.95. Yes, definitely faster, quite a bit faster also, not even that small of a difference. Sending on this Zergling to see possibly if there's a 3rd base. He's going to actually get taken out. Oh, I thought it was only 2 hits that are required. Yeah, so he's just checking if there's a greedy 3rd base. Of course, he does see that there is not. And at this point, he is pretty confident that, he's doing the right thing, taking out the 3rd base. Or taking up the 3rd base, expanding before the Terran player does, which is always something you want to do. Unless you plan on rushing him all the way down from the very beginning, you definitely want to expand and be ahead on bases to the Terran player. There is a little bit of a drop here, taking out 1 Overlord. Doesn't have enough energy to transfuse it until now. And this is going to be where the Terran player is going to be extremely annoying with the drop play. So a little bit oversaturated here, I suppose. The one thing maybe you want to oversaturate for is basically to have those extra drones in case they do harass. Saves you a few APMs, basically not having to consistently build drones out of your larva. So if you have those extra few larvae, build an extra few drones onto your base. Maybe it's not required, maybe it is. You'll also be able to build a lot of tech out of it, which of course is handy. Second extractor coming up here, that's going to bring him up to a total of 4 at the moment. This base just starting to get saturated at this point now. Oh, a Liberator also out on the field. One thing to note is we have a Baneling nest here. Definitely something strange to see Banelings out on the field this late in the game. I mean, one thing of course that you can do with Banelings is you can incorporate them into your army and then rush down a Marine Marauder army, but at the same time they usually tend to play with them pretty early on, so maybe bust in here or, you know, destroy a small group of Marines. On the other hand, you could also, I suppose, use them as traps behind his mineral lines if he does see a drop, but honestly I don't see that happening. There we go, so the debris getting taken out here. This kind of suggests that he might want to take on the 4th expansion very, very soon. I'm going to quickly have a look. Did he spot this expansion? He did not, so he's not aware of this expansion happening at all. Definitely something to be aware of right now. If the Terran player gets the 3rd base, it's going to be very difficult to deal with him at that point. Alright, centrifugal hooks now going out for the Banelings, which does suggest that he's going to be incorporating them into his army and potentially preventing any attacks from going on. Now there we go, we do have the 4th base also on the way here. Definitely going to play to Zerg's advantage if our player DeMusliM is not going to deny it, or at least force enough harassment to prevent this. Now there is a Mutalisk here on the way, definitely something to note. I'm going to quickly have a look to see if DeMusliM is aware of this, which he is not. He didn't even scan for this, so that's a bit unfortunate for him. This is getting cleaned up a little bit. There was a bit of damage here. Let's have a look what exactly he did. Just a few Zerglings taken out, so I suppose considering these Zerglings that have been taken out during normal fights, not a huge amount of damage done. Bit of a counterattack here. I do believe that these Zerglings are engaging just a little bit early. Let's bring away that lost units tab and zoom out just a little bit, see what's going on. I really love the little flashlight in front of the Widow Mines. Definitely adds a bit of coolness to them. Not that it's much useful when they're buried, but not a drop being loaded up here. It's actually a tank drop. So he's probably going to use these to basically reposition them very, very quickly. Very, very useful strategy also. 2 barracks are on the way, also another command center, so a 4th base possibly coming out here from DeMusliM very shortly as well. There we go, so the Mutalisks are now in the visible situation. Definitely does see them. At this point, there's definitely going to be some missile turrets up. There we go, 1 in each mineral line, and the purpose of this really is you throw your SCVs to defend it, or rather to repair it. If the Mutalisks decide to try to take them out, maybe do a bit of SCV damage around it, they will lose a few Mutalisks pretty much every time, and that unfortunately is a bit counterproductive because you want to have as big flock as possible, just harassing here and there, preventing any sort of significant you know, expansion and continuation from the Terran. So as you can see there, look, we do have the supply depot, two SCVs taken out. It's going to take out a few of the Marines here as well, trying to snipe a few medevacs, not quite managing it. Let's see what he's going to do here. There we go, more damage going on, further harassment, and then just backing up straight away. This Zergling just revealing there's going to be a 4th base, which I do believe there will be, but it is being placed on the other side. The question is our Zerg player going to spot it? And wow, this is perfect timing. He is just about going to spot it at the exact time, also blocking the actual expansion itself, which is very, very good play from Shura. Now, as you can see here, a lot of Banelings here as well, so this is definitely going to be a dangerous situation for our Terran player, which has a lot of ground bio. Very difficult to deal with a bunch of Banelings. splitting up his army a little bit. I think he's trying to bait some of these banelings, but wow, that is a huge amount of banelings going on onto this army, absolutely annihilating and just running straight through them, taking these out, not even needing banelings because there's so many zerglings around them, just destroying all of the marines here. I would believe that it would be a good idea to back off at this stage, but he's trying to take out as many mutalisks as possible, doing a considerate amount of damage considering the amount of banelings that were here. But at this point, this base is going to get denied. There's not much that DeMusliM can do against this. Probably just going to end up taking it out with these mutalisks very, very slowly, but it'll get there. Now, loading up these SCVs also quite handy. Let's see if he's going to be in any position to defend this. I honestly don't believe so. I think that this command center is going to start burning very, very slowly as soon as it reaches out of base. Oh, bringing out those SCVs and defending or repairing this command center. Very, very good play here. Just basically taking them out and preventing the command center from breaking down. There's two changelings here if you look at these guys. Just standing there, not really doing anything useful. Now the mutalisk flock is starting to grow again. Ooh, we do have ground level 3 and attack level 3 for the Zerg. This suggests, oh there we go, cracklings are on the way now. It's going to be interesting to see if he's going to also put up chitinous plating. Does he have an Ultras cavern? I do believe he should at this stage. Nope, definitely no Ultras cavern, which is interesting. I wonder if he's just going to, oh there we go. Here we are, a bunch of banelings. Definitely very, very good for him here. Here we go. This is going to be a very, very scary situation for DeMusliM. He has a big swarm of zerglings on the outside, and of course the mutalisks flying around, potentially doing a crazy amount of damage to anything that's in the base. So the question is, do you defend the front base and prevent any sort of, you know, overrunning of the army, or do you defend behind, which, you know, is exactly what he's doing at the moment. Not quite sure why the zerglings are not being used to break through this front. He would probably pull it off at this point, but of course, as always, this guy is the pro, or these guys are the pros, so you can't really argue with what they do. Ooh, these two liberators a little bit miss micro here, getting rallied out into the open, getting taken out by the mutalisks, which is a little bit unfortunate. These guys are pro, but at the same time they're not machines. They are able to make mistakes every now and then, and this was one of them. How fatal it is, I don't know, but we are going to see that very shortly. Two more liberators are on the way already. One thing to notice, two liberators can be produced at the same time based on reactor tech. I thought this was not possible, to be honest, but it is. Let's see how many mutalisks are here. There's only about 14 of them. So it's still a significant number. They can definitely do a lot of damage with this. There we go. We do have the Ultras now up. And we do have level 1 Carapace for flying units. I believe this is going to be just mutalisk play for now. No Broodlords. A lot of banelings here. I love how they just, like, it looks like they disappear momentarily while their green stomach hides underneath them. This queen getting quickly taken out. Now this is going to be pretty much the crucial part of this game. As you can see here, 3 upgrades complete at the same time. A very, very good timing for the Zerg. Chitinous plating not quite done, but I do believe he's going to be able to burn right through this Terran army regardless of the fact. And there we go, we do have the GG here. No GG called actually, so that's quite interesting. A bit of a rage quit going on here. And Shura took game 2. Hi guys, thank you for watching this video and making it to the end. This was game number 2 between DeMusliM and Shura, resulting in a 1-1 scenario at the moment. We're going to jump straight into game number 3 as soon as I'm done with this outro, and of course you're going to probably see that later today. So thank you for watching again. My social media links are on the left hand side here. See you guys in the next video. Good luck, take care, bye bye.